Hi everybody, I'm Josh.
And I'm Heather. And we are from Tryhard Enthusiast on Instagram. And I know we just posted a pickup video not that long before we went on vacation.
We've got a lot more stuff.
But between the stuff that has come in before we went on vacation, the stuff we got on vacation, the stuff that came after, it's just worth at this point to do another one.
Yep.
So we're kind of going to break this down a little bit differently than what we normally do. Normally we'll go by systems. This time we're going to kind of go by stuff that came before vacation, then each of the individual stores that we went to, and then the stuff that has come in since we've gotten home.
Yep.
So, might as well get this guy out of the way first. As much as you hate this.
I don't hate it. I just don't see the point. But then again, I did something, so.
Yeah, he's kind of looming in the background. But
there's a hint back here if you can see it. Of what's to come.
Before we went on vacation, one of the things I had purchased that finally came in was Pokemon, what was it? Learn with Pokemon Typing Adventure. For some reason, I just had this instant obsession with typing games for some reason. I don't know why. But
some of them are fun. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoy Typing is Dead and I want to get it.
It's expensive. I looked it up.
I know it's expensive.
I looked it up already.
But if I ever find it somewhat cheap or just have money to blow, that game is amazing. And they're remaking the original House of the Dead.
They are.
On the Switch. Looking forward to that.
But the main reason why I got this guy is A, it's Pokemon. It's a typing game. Granted, I'm going to struggle because I don't know this generation of Pokemon as well. But you've got to make sure that it is the European copy and not like the Spanish or the French, because this did not come out in the States, so it took a little while for it to actually come in.
Yep. As most of the good stuff did not come to the States.
We ordered, and then a lot of the stuff that we have here we ordered.
Let's get this one out of the way.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff we ordered it well before we went on vacation. Oh, we talked about this. I guess not. We ordered it well before we went on vacation, but like a lot of it came in literally right as we were getting ready to leave.
Yeah. So first up, I think the only PS5 game we have.
Yeah, because I think the rest are PS4.
Yeah. But I went ahead and picked up a copy of Outriders. It came a little late, but I've actually been enjoying it. I mean, it's
kind of janky.
It's janky. The story is kind of not there, but the gameplay's fun. It can be frustrating. It reminds me so much of Destiny, but it just feels a little better than Destiny. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it can. It's got a little bit more polish, but not.
And any game that lets me play a Pyromancer, I'm in.
Very true. Alright, so I finally had another limited run game come in. They're starting to push these games out a little bit quicker, I've noticed. But I got a copy of Paper Beast for PSVR because, I don't know, I thought it looked silly every time I saw videos of it.
You can do that one.
Okay. Then a cheap arcade driving game. I can't remember. This one's like
a successor to Burnout.
Yes. It is Dangerous Driving. This one I think is starting to get a little harder to find.
You should probably do a video on that one.
Well, we've got a lot of arcade racers now, so.
Yeah. But just to see like a comparison of this to Burnout would be interesting. Next up, I ordered the all-in-one package for Kingdom Hearts. I don't remember why, other than it was cheap.
I think it was because it had a couple games that the other ones didn't have.
Yeah, there's something it has that the combo or their other combo pack did not have. But I can't remember which one it was.
Also, it went on discount.
Yeah, it was super cheap. Like it was 60% off or something like that. So I was like, sure. But as a game series that I want to try to get into, but every time I've tried, I've not been able to. It just doesn't catch my attention.
So in the last pickup video, I showed that we picked up a copy of Tobal #1 from Video Game Heaven in Norfolk, but it did not have the demo disc, which I was able to get. And this came in literally just after we'd filmed the video. It's just the Final Fantasy VII demo. One thing to keep in mind when looking for these is there's actually 2 different versions of the Final Fantasy VII demo, and the one for Tobal literally just has that little extra bit of writing right there on it. Can't remember what the... It says availability of products on this sampler applied to release in Japan only.
Huh. Strange.
What do you want to do next?
Well, go ahead with this.
Okay.
So, as pretty much everybody on the internet did, we got a copy of Monster Hunter Rise. Mainly for her to play.
It's fun so far.
I loved World. I thought World was fun, but this one, I don't know. It didn't really pique my interest all that much.
So far, the gameplay is very similar. I love it because you can ride the doggo.
That's the only
The doggo go fast.
It's the only thing you like doing.
I know. Any games that have climbing or like you can ride horses or whatever in them as your form of transport, sold. I'm in.
I mean, it's just not a Monster Hunter, pretty much.
So this one I picked up because the prices have fluctuated on it a little bit, and people have said that at one point it was going for really high dollar, and also because I figured I can try to make music for our videos with it. But it is Gadget, which this is
a weird name.
Yeah, it's a Nicholas or Nicholas, however you want to pronounce it, game, and it's pretty much just a music creator. The only issue that I've seen is apparently the actual app you need to pull the music from your Switch is a paid app that's only on Apple.
That's annoying.
But technically, if you record your video through the Elgato, you can pull the sound file. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah. So, actually on the same order that I got the Kingdom Hearts, I also picked up a copy of Hades for the Switch. I wasn't going to pick it up at first, but now I'm glad I did, because apparently it's hard to come by and getting pricey.
A little bit.
But it's a nice little roguelike.
And the last Switch game that we had come in before we went on vacation is Bladed Fury. Pretty much a hack and slash style game. I thought it looked interesting, and I've kind of been waiting for this to come out for a little while. I saw it like end of last year, beginning of this year. So, meh.
So for the Vita, we have Trillion, God of Destruction, which this is just silly game. I mean, this game's just all about numbers and just throwing up insane damage for the sake of insane damage.
And the weird part is that's a sequel to Mikyu, which is the Labyrinth dungeon crawler that we showed in the last video.
Yeah.
That was the one I was hoping that and the double jump games I was hoping was going to come in for the last video, but they didn't.
I mean, the bosses on that make freaking MMO bosses look like puny little health pools.
Very true. Phone, what do you do? Phone went to sleep. Okay, still going. The other Vita game that I picked up, I've been thinking about buying this. Words are difficult right now. Very difficult. I've been thinking about buying this game for a while, and ever since the PlayStation Network for the Vita, PSP, and PS3 going down, decided to finally just pick up all the Vita games, or most of the Vita games that are cheaper, before they go up in price. But Period Cube was one of them. It's just a visual novel. If I remember right... No, I'm getting it mixed up with another game. But, I don't know. Just another visual novel. I like my visual novels. Which one do you want to do?
I'll do this one. So, from Double Jump, we picked up a... These are sealed, aren't they?
They are sealed.
Yes. A factory sealed copy of Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. That is the title.
That it is.
Sadly, not one of the longest titles that we've seen. But
No.
yeah. Shin Megami Tensei. They're all the same.
Expensive now. Very expensive, all of them.
Yeah.
And then the other game that I picked up, another sealed game. This is actually a Kojima game, and unfortunately, I'm gonna do this real quick. Make all the noise in the world, because the stickers on the front, I don't care about the price. I want to see the name.
That's what I'm saying. You can't see the...
It is Lunar Knights. Like I said, this is a Kojima game. It's actually the 4th game, I think, in the Boktai series, which are the Game Boy games with the solar panels in the inside of them. But another game I've been looking at for a while.
Which, if you guys are interested in factory sealed games,
definitely
check out Double Jump. They restock all the time. Currently, their site's down because they're doing construction in their store. But it should be opening up shortly.
I would think so. But either way, I mean, they're based out of Vancouver, Washington. I know we've talked about them on our channel before, but definitely, if you are looking into collecting games, keep an eye on their site, because they get a lot of awesome inventory in.
Yes. And they have a YouTube channel.
Yes. With fun vlogs with dogs.
Yeah.
Alright, so now that we've gone through the stuff that came in before vacation, we decided to take a little week-long trip and drove...
To de-stress.
Yes, to de-stress, because work's been a bitch. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So our main goal was to drive the Blue Ridge Parkway from pretty much its starting point all the way to its ending point right around the Skyline Drive in Northern Virginia. But of course, along the way, I mean, we're gonna have time to kill. The sections are only 3 or so hours long, so we decided to hit some video game stores.
Yep. At each of the major cities that we stopped at.
And the first city we stopped in was Charlotte, North Carolina. We've gone there before for various concerts and other things, so we know a couple stores to check out down there.
Yep.
But the first store that we went to is actually a recommendation from a Instagram friend of ours, UltraBosch64. I can't remember the numbers. We'll just go.
UltraBosch.
Yeah. So he recommended the store, and I'm so glad that we went here. The first store...
The store will hurt your bank account.
Yes.
There were so many high dollar items in there that I wish I could afford, including ones that... or one item that I didn't even know existed until a week prior. And they had it sitting in the store complete with the extra cartridges and just sitting there with a price tag on it and like...
And one thing I do plan on doing is in the description below, I will have all of the stores and websites for the places that we've gone to, along with the addresses, so if you want to check them out, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, this store was crazy. Like, I've never seen a copy of Popful Mail before, and they had one for $600. They had the Super Famicom demo unit. They had a Sharp TV. Like, all these things in one place.
As soon as you walk in the store, right there on your right is just a cabinet full of complete in-box NES.
And they had an arcade room.
Floor-to-ceiling cabinet. Just stock.
They had an arcade room that we didn't even go in. But
really a great store. We're definitely... Every time we have to go down to North Carolina for concerts, we will hopefully be doing again soon. We're going to have to stop there because it's on the way. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really not that far from where we normally stay. So, do you want to start with what we got?
I will start. So, I guess you can say I was on a South Park kick.
A little bit.
A little bit. But they had a copy of, and it's a price tag right up top of it, but South Park for the PS1. I don't even know why I picked it up.
It's South Park.
I saw it and I was like, ooh, that looks fun. So
I won't show that one. I'll show that one last because that was my good one.
Your good one.
So I did pick up pretty much one of each system-ish for what I got. Picked up a copy of Ragnarok Ace for the PS3. I have the regular Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. I have Ragnarok Odyssey, the first version for the Vita, and I don't ever see this, which is funny because they had both the PS3 and the Vita version. I picked this up. I'm kind of glad I did because I think this was actually before the whole announcement of the PlayStation Network really going down. So.
Okay. Alright. So next up, on the last video we showed you the South Park Stick of Truth Collector's Edition that did not have the game, so I bought the game to put in it.
Why not?
Yeah, just to complete it. So as far as I know, it just had a regular copy of the game in it. So that completes that.
And then for the Wii, which most of the stuff we picked up, with very few exceptions, was complete. But I picked up Little King Story. This is a somewhat uncommon game. The price on it kind of fluctuates. I think this is on the lower end of what I've seen it. But, yeah, it's just like a village builder kind of game. A lot of people seem to really like it. So.
And then, so when I was growing up, I played all the PS1 Siphon Filter games and thought they were pretty good. But I never played the PS2 ones for some reason. So I picked up Siphon Filter, the Omega Strain, and Siphon Filter Dark Mirror, just to give them a try.
And I think you said there's only one more that we need to get.
Yeah, there was one that was Logan's or something, but the one store had it, but it was kind of messed up and I didn't. And it didn't have manual. I can't even remember what it was called. It was Logan something.
Logan's... I know which one you're talking about, but I can't think of it.
Yeah.
But the last game that I picked up is a DS game. I had to fight a wasp for it.
Literally, there was a wasp in the cabinet.
It was
big one.
funny as shit. But I finally picked up a copy of Monster Rancher DS. This game, it's expensive. This is the cheapest I've seen it in a while. It is complete. And this has inspired me to go ahead and finish collecting all of the Monster Rancher games. I have 3 in the mail right now, and the last one I need is Monster Rancher Advance, the first one, and it's just completely disappeared. I'm pissed off I did not buy it when I saw it on eBay, because it literally, the only thing you could find are cartridge copies, and they're like 30-40 bucks right now.
And another one, for some reason on this trip I decided I was going to collect all the Armored Core games, so I picked up Armored Core 2. I'm not sure why. And they're fun games, fairly cheap, so we don't have them. I figured we could pick them up while they're there.
Well, that, and they were very prevalent. Most of the stores had at least 2 and 3.
It's just a matter of finding the best copies.
Alright, so the second store that we went to in Charlotte is called The Grid. And this is actually a offshoot of Goodwill.
Yes.
It pretty much just strictly video games, electronics, lots of PCs,
Yeah.
other shenanigans.
Anything electronic, pretty much.
This is by far one of our favorite stores, and I've been wanting to go back there for a while now.
They definitely had less than what they had last time we were there, but we still found some things. They had some stuff there we wanted, but we just didn't want to drop the money on it. Like 2
N64s. They had a watermelon and an ice blue, and they were gorgeous.
They were, but I didn't want to spend, like $150 a piece for them?
Either 150 or yeah, I think it was 150 a piece. But I did pick up 2 Xbox games because I've been trying to get more Xbox exclusive, like original OG exclusive Xbox games. So I picked up Blink's The Time Sweeper, which I already have this, and I think the last time I bought it was actually at the Grid, but it's the Platinum Hits version. It looks like poop, so got original copy. And then I also picked up Whiplash, which just looks like shenanigans, so I figured why not.
Yeah. Shenanigans are fun.
That they are.
And the only game that I picked up there was Armored Core 3. Once again, I just went on a kick buying as many of these as I could find.
And then I picked up another Wii game. This game, it's been really hard for me to find it, and on this trip I found 3 copies, I think. Picked up the first one I found of Deadly Creatures. This has been coined as a hidden gem on the Wii.
I hate that term.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just schmut. Being a Goodwill game, it is a little janky. I have to clean the manual because the manual, you can tell it was owned by a kid. But I couldn't pass up on the price, and the fact it was complete was nice.
So the big item that I bought there was the Twilight Princess.
Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword Wiimote. I love Zelda, so.
And it's a Motion Plus, isn't it?
It is a Motion Plus, and it's in really good condition. It could use a little bit of cleaning.
Yeah. It was in better condition than the other one, because they had 2 of them there, didn't they?
They had 2 Wiimotes. The other one was just a little standard.
That was the Yoshi or Luigi one. It was a green one. Yeah.
I think so. But I just need to find the box for us now.
So my 2 big items I picked up out of their little like display cases they have next to the register. The first one was Digimon Digital Card Battle. It is pretty much just case and disc, but I do have the manual on the way. For the price, even paying, I think paid $20 for the manual, but even that with how much I paid for this still is lower than price chart right now. Which, price chart and eBay, yeah, fuck that noise.
They don't line up yet.
No, they don't. Like, the prices are so drastically different between what price chart says things go for right now and what it's selling for on eBay.
Yeah, price chart is not keeping up with updating it.
So that's why, kids, you need to make sure you window shop. The other game that I got it for a steal. Shadow of the Dam. It's a Suda 51 game. Picked up for $25. This, I think I've been seeing as high as 60 right now on eBay. It's one of the last kind of exclusive. Oh no, I don't even think this was exclusive to PS3. But one of the last like major PS3 games I can think of that we needed.
The next store that we went to is called Save Point. It's just a tiny little store in a strip mall, which is funny. The first time I went to it, Google says they open at noon. The sign on the door says noon-ish, and ish means about 20 minutes later.
Yeah, rolling up out of bed with their breakfast in their hands.
So, but it's a good store, and this time they definitely had more things.
Not quite as many like high dollar items.
No, but they have the store's filling out.
Yeah.
But I went ahead and picked up a copy of Dungeon Siege 3. It's not necessarily a good game, but I played the demo when it first came out. Had fun. It's just isometric, like Diablo style game. But I figured I'd pick it up and give it a playthrough because why not?
Cheap.
Yeah, it was stupid cheap.
And then I only picked up one game. Decided to go ahead and pick up Front Mission Evolved. I've heard about the Front Mission games a little bit, but I've never really played them. Figured.
Never have either.
Why not?
And the last thing that we got there is the Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning strategy guide. This is from Future Press. It's in pretty good condition other than the
it's like the finish.
Yeah, the finish is coming off of the book a little bit, which is whatever, it's gonna happen. But another game I really enjoy, and I love collecting guides, especially Future Press, because they're just gorgeous.
And a tip for everybody, Price Chart is now updating their prices for Brady and Prima strategy guides. So I would say do expect the prices to start to skyrocket on strategy guides, more so than some of them are.
Yeah.
Alright, so the next town that we stopped in was Boone, North Carolina. It was kind of not really midway-ish on our path, but a good stopping point. we did manage to find one video game store within the nearby vicinity of the hotel room, and that was the Gamefather. And this was in some little old school mall. Only had a few shops in it, but you kind of had to search for stuff in there.
Yeah.
They had.
We actually ended up going back.
Yeah.
After we ate.
Yeah, after we realized, like, oh, there was a couple things that were a little high dollar in there that we didn't realize. But, one of the first things I grabbed was Battle Arena Tushiden. It was in a long box. It was pretty cheap for what it was, even with the giant crack in the case. But, I mean, that's a long box for you. But, yeah. I mean, it was complete.
So, when we went back, I picked up a loose copy of Dragon Quest IV for the DS.
Good.
And a loose copy of Dragon Quest IX for the DS.
Which both of those, they were what, 25?
They were 25 a piece.
Which is pretty nice right now for
Yeah.
those games.
I think it was it 4 that was the cheaper one, or 9? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
But one of them goes for about 35 to 40 right now loose, and the other one
It was like
significantly more.
75 to 100. Somewhere in that ballpark range. So I'll kind of go price range wise. The next game I picked up is another game that I've been looking at for a while. I more so want the PS1 version, but having it on a portable is going to be kind of cool. Found a complete copy of Parappa Rapper. And I mean, who doesn't like old school rhythm games? It's complete. Really, actually, honestly, it doesn't look like anybody really messed with the inside of this game. So, I think I paid maybe like $15 for it. Now, I will say one of the big things with the store was not everything was complete, and you had to be very careful when you were looking at stuff on whether or not it had a printed artwork on the case or not.
So, the last game that I got when we went back, because all the stuff I bought we got when we went back.
Yeah, I pretty much bought everything on the first go, and then we went back and...
Because I saw some stuff, and then we talked about them when we were eating lunch, and it's like, yeah, we need to go back. This is probably the best one.
Yeah, I think it's the more high dollar of the two.
Yeah. But we got a complete, well, kind of complete copy of Strider 2. The only issue with it is this is a CD case, not a PlayStation case. So we just have to swap out the case for an actual game case.
Which I have some coming soon.
Yeah. But this was a really, really fun find.
And I think...
And it was pretty stupidly cheap.
Wasn't it 60, I think?
Yeah, give or take 50 or 60.
Compared to what it goes for.
Yeah. So.
And then the last game I picked up, mind you, it does not have the manual and it does not have the demo disc. Which
was funny.
Both of those are damn near... I have not been able to find the demo disc for this game because it's for Final Fantasy VIII. But I'm honestly just happy enough to have the case, even with it being cracked. But found Brave Fencer Musashi. I think I paid $45 or $50 for this. The disc alone is $100 right now.
Yeah.
So I can't argue with paying $50.
When she was checking out, the guy went to go put the disc in and was like, oh, this is supposed to have 2 discs. And it's like, oh no, it's okay, that one's demo. He's like, oh, okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't selling an incomplete game.
Yeah,
this is like, it's okay, don't look it up.
The terrible part was the whole time we were checking out, I was kind of afraid that he was going to start looking up prices because the way their system works is everything's off the barcode on the case. So I don't know whether or not it's just how their program works or if it looks off the price chart. But I was so afraid he was going to look at those prices and be like,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, he just scanned it, hit a button, and yeah.
Yep. Alright, so our third stop on Blue Ridge Parkway was actually in Roanoke, Virginia. Unfortunately, a big portion of our trip got rained out, so we just drove straight there. I'm kind of sad because, was it Super Bit Video Games was in that section, and we could have stopped it. But at that point, it was raining. We didn't necessarily want to be on the mountain.
Yeah, when we went to go on the mountains, it went from good visibility to we couldn't see a foot in front of the vehicle. So we had to get off as soon as we could and try to get to our hotel before this massive storm front was rolling in.
So,
which kind of sucked, but...
Yeah. But I mean, it kind of worked out in the end. So we stopped at Roanoke Tech Exchange. That's the name of it. I had to think about it for a second. And this is another place that we've been to before when we went to a concert.
Yep.
But one of the...
And they also have a website soon.
Yes, and they're supposed to be shipping. But went ahead and picked up Time Stalkers. Dreamcast game that I've been looking at for a little while. I honestly feel like they had this last time we were in there.
It's possible.
But yeah, RPG for the Dreamcast. I'm not gonna argue with it.
Yeah. Cannot argue with that. So the only, well, yeah, pretty much the only game that I got while I was there, I picked up the Game Boy Advance version of Final Fantasy 1 and 2, Dawn of Souls. This is fully complete, pretty much minty. This is a really clean copy. I'm very happy about it.
Came with the protective case too.
Came with the protective case. And was fairly underpriced, so also good.
And then I found a nice complete, case is a little worse for wear, but it's not too terrible. But a complete copy of Sin and Punishment for the Wii. This is another game that I've kind of like been on the fence about purchasing, but I figured this copy was in pretty decent shape, so might as well go ahead and pick it up.
And the last thing we got there, so funny, when we were there, she was browsing stuff. I usually go to glass cases first because I like expensive things. And I saw
you
this
like
item.
To blow your load right at the beginning of the store.
I saw this item sitting there, and I had to go over to her and say, "Hey, they have this sitting there," and she's like, "God damn you!"
Pretty much.
But it is.
So picked up an Atari Lynx. The screen's a little scratched. It has 3D printed battery case, but the price was right, and honestly, these don't just show up every day.
Yeah, I've not seen one out game hunting before, so it was really cool to see it. It came with a copy of California Games in it, which we did not know because we didn't even look at the... It said it on the price tag, but we didn't see it.
We just saw Atari Lynx price.
So that with the game made the price even better. But they also had 2 other games there, which she bought that, I bought the other games, which were really just dirt cheap. But we got Blue Lightning and Electro Cop.
Because, I mean, we couldn't buy the Atari Lynx and not buy the games, because...
Yeah, and it sounded like the Lynx had been sitting there for a while, because when we asked to get it, they were like, "Yes, finally!"
Take it off our hands. We don't... Here, take it. So, I mean, we weren't going to argue with that.
No.
Like I told him, maybe it took someone from Delaware to come down and decide to come pick it up.
Yep.
But yeah.
Really cool piece to add to our collection. Very uncommon, I guess you can say.
Yeah. I'd say very uncommon.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, just, this thing's more of an abomination than the Game Gear.
I don't know why it has, like, it has AB, but this AB is upside down.
Because I think...
But it only has one D-pad.
I think you can do it either...
Yeah.
I think. I'm not 100%
It's interesting.
sure. I mean, it's got a flip button, so yeah.
Yeah.
So it pretty much is either left hand, right hand.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So the next store that we went to, we stopped at on our way or our return trip home. This is in Chantilly, Virginia. It's called estarland. It's a very odd store when you go to it for the first time because it's in like a commercial complex, and you walk in the door and there's an empty receptionist desk there, and you just walk past it and go through a door and you're in the store.
You feel like you're trespassing a little bit.
Yeah, but it's a very big store. They usually have a lot of stock. This time they were a little short-handed on big games. They had a lot of games. They have a ton of games.
With pandemic prices, the higher end stuff it's definitely been picked through.
Yeah. My only big gripe about the store is they don't have price tags on most things. You have to go to a computer and scan it on their website to see what the price is, and that's annoying.
Look it up on the phone website app, which takes time because the barcode scanner doesn't want to work.
Yeah. We usually, this is the second time we've been there.
Yes. So I'll start off with my first gripe was they clearly either didn't start picking items for the online orders early enough, or they need more people because half the items I initially took up to the register were all part of online orders. Yeah. So
well, it could have been orders that came through while you were browsing.
Still,
it's annoying.
It makes the experience not as fun when you go up to like the register and you find stuff and it's like, oh yeah, I can't sell that to you because somebody else already bought it.
Yeah.
It's like what the fuck.
But I mean, that kind of stuff's going to happen to any store that has an online website, unfortunately. So.
But I did manage to get a couple games while we were there.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything worthwhile.
You looked at a lot of figures.
I looked at a lot of figures. I looked at a lot of collector's edition stuff. Nothing that really caught my eye.
But ended up picking up Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep because Kingdom Hearts and we didn't have it. One thing, if nobody's gone to estarland, to keep in mind, everything is sealed because it's a giant warehouse. It's how they keep it dust free and keep prying hands from slipping stuff out. Yeah,
they're not factory seals. They reseal everything.
Yeah.
It also helps, like I said, keeps dust out and just makes everything look cleaner. But, yeah, just don't be fooled that they're definitely not factory seals. They're very obvious that they're not factory seals. So.
Now they do have new stock, new sealed stock, but you can tell when it's differentiated.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that guy?
Sure. So the second one that she got was Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2, because they had to put 2 in the title as many times as possible.
Figured, didn't have it.
Yeah.
Added to the collection. So the one thing that's pretty cool that I picked up, because we don't have very many games for this system.
Nope.
But I picked up a 3DO game because it looked like somebody had traded in their whole collection.
Yeah, that was one thing they did have. They had like a good chunk of a cabinet full of 3DO games.
And 32X.
And 32.
But picked up Creature Shock, and it is complete. It's a little bubbly, but I think it's just the thing that I didn't realize when I got it is it is a dual disc.
Huh.
So it does have both discs. And was this the game that I thought was cool about games back in the day? I think it was. Hold on. Hold please. Yep. So in the manual it has like an example of a map, but then when you flip to the next page it gives you an area in the manual for you to actually draw out your map for where you're going in the game. And it's just, it's little details like that that aren't in manuals if a game even has a manual nowadays. It's just, it's cool because, you know, you can tell the company thought of the buyer when they put that together.
It'd be interesting to play this.
Yeah.
Break out the 3DO.
I mean, it's another game that even before we went there, that one's kind of been on my radar as one to get for the 3DO. It's just, I don't ever see 3DO games, and just, yeah.
Most people don't even know what that is.
Nope. It's a Panasonic console, just in case you needed to know.
Yes.
But last thing, in the back part of the store now, because they done a lot of remodeling to the store, they have like 4 or 5 bookcases full of strategy guides. And I probably could have sat there all day and just weeded through strategy guides, but I ended up just picking up one. Picked up the guide for Star Ocean: The Last Hope. This is for the 360 copy. It has got a Peggy rating on the back.
Interesting.
But it's got the ADD kicked
Strange.
in. But it even has the poster. It is complete. I definitely, when I get strategy guides, either it's something interesting, RPG game, or clearly like something that is a thick boy because you need the information. So those are the ones I tend to go for. Like I said, I could have spent all day there checking prices on stuff, but didn't want to spend all day. So after we got back, we had a lot of stuff waiting for us that we had ordered either while we were on vacation, before we went on vacation, just hadn't come in, or we ordered it recently and it came in. So one of the main things that I was waiting on, somebody had ordered a lot from Japan of Chrono Cross pre-order bonuses, like original PS1 Chrono Cross, and it is this little itty bitty clock. So bought it for this guy because he likes Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger. It's pretty cheap too.
Yeah, it's a cool little. Sorry, I saw a fly.
Woo! Squirrel.
It's a cool little collector's item.
It doesn't take up much space either, which is nice.
Yeah. It's very small. So I lied. We actually did get another PS5 game that I forgot about. This is a game it's been on my Amazon watch list. And I figured if it falls to a low enough price, I will get it. And the other day it was like 65% off or something like that. So it is Godfall, the Ascendant edition. Also, not a very good game. According to pretty much every review out there, it's very, very bland and just.
But seeing the gameplay, I feel like I would like that more than Outriders.
Possibly. I mean, I definitely would give it a playthrough and a chance, but it was definitely a game that was very overhyped and then flopped. And flopped bad.
So while we were on vacation, It Takes Two it came out right before we went on vacation. While we were on vacation, there was this whole hype on Instagram about how it's out of stock everywhere. Pretty much you couldn't find it. Before we left, our Walmart had like a whole shelf of them. So I figured while we were out in Charlotte, I think is when we were originally talking about it, I was going to keep an eye out for it. We couldn't find it. Checked Amazon, wasn't for sale, but ended up getting a copy because my mom's nice enough to stop at Walmart while she's house sitting. Haven't gotten to playing this yet, but I feel like this is going to go the same way that A Way Out did, where it's not going to be very heavily printed, and eventually it's going to be kind of hard to find.
Yeah, it looks fun.
It does. It seems really cutesy.
So another Walmart pickup. This one has a kind of funny story to it because for weeks now I've been seeing this in Walmart and it's like, I kind of want to get that. And it has a bonus game that was only on the Vita originally. And this is a remaster for PS4 with the bonus game included. And finally pulled the trigger on it the other day and picked up the Assassin's Creed 3 remaster. Then got home, went to go put it on the shelf and realized we already had it.
It's still sealed too.
Neither of us remember buying it.
Well, like I told you, it was one of those things where we kept going, we need to pick it up, we need to pick it up. And I think that was just so ingrained in my brain that I don't even remember when we bought it.
Yeah. We should have just scanned it in the store.
Because it was in a wrap.
Yeah, it was in one of their security cases. We could have scanned it and been like, oh, wait, we have it already. But no, we were dumb. Every other game store we go to, we scan the games to make sure we don't have them or check prices. And
Not Walmart.
Not Walmart. So now we have a second copy. Don't know what we're going to do with it. Most likely probably trade it to Double Jump along with other things we have to trade in once they are back up and running. So.
What all do you have left?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4
I think I'll go ahead and do 2 PS4 games real quick. So I picked up Hot Shot Racing. This literally just came in today. Yeah, it's just another arcade racing game that kind of looks like Daytona USA, so I'm kind of excited about it. And then this came in while we were gone. Actually, no, it came in the day we got back, and that is Poison Control for the PS4. I don't know. It's a nice game. There's titties in it. It's just the art style is really interesting, and I like the premise of the game. So yeah, I forgot about that.
Next up is an item that I just saw randomly on Amazon while I was browsing, but it is the Skyrim Library. It is a 3-book collection and a really cool, like, hard case box. But it just has a lot of the lore and stuff from Skyrim. So it was pretty cheap. We love books, and I'm a sucker for cool art. So
very similar to the Legend of Zelda trilogy guides that came out.
Yeah, this thing's heavy. Like
the dense little books.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Alright, so you did a book, so I'll do a book. Last pickup video, I showed off a game that I picked up from Video Games New York, Dreamcast game. And I did not realize that this game came with a strategy guide from the Kickstarter until I was talking to one of our friends on Instagram. But I picked up the Psvr guide off eBay. It wasn't cheap. It ended up coming from France. But I mean, this guide's just absolutely gorgeous. It's falling apart a little bit on the bottom on one of the sides. But I think the thing that impresses me the most about this, and I really wish other guides would do this. So if you notice, you have your color pages and then you have all these white pages right here. The white pages are actually the whole book translated into various different languages. So even if you were to buy this, and it's all in English, you are a German person to buy this, you could still read the guide because it has the translation in the guide for you. More guides need to do this.
Yes.
But yeah, it's really, really, really nice guide. I really like it.
So I have 3 items left, and so just to preface this, I'm a sucker for figures, and all 3 of these I bought exclusively for the figures. 2 of them in the same game.
Well, I mean, expansions. It's like buying expansions.
There are, I think, 3 other figures in this set. At least 2.
3 or 4 actually, because I think the new one's coming out soon.
Pretty much every expansion has a figure for this set, or this game. It's a rabbit hole that I have gone down. So first up, I got the box game open again. Elder Scrolls Online Somerset Collector's Edition. Because, funny enough, Abby from Double Jump picked up a copy of it, and they showed the figure. I was like, oh, that figure is so cool. And it was on sale at GameStop.
Yeah, I think it's the same day we were watching a Double Jump video from when they were doing a road trip. Somebody posted that it was like $25 on sale at GameStop. So it's like, hey, you might want to check out GameStop right now.
So, yep. So I got that.
And I will insert B-roll of the figure and the contents.
Figure is very cool. The detail on it is just ridiculous.
So next, this also just came in today. I've been trying to complete various different games in our collection that we bought earlier before we were really picky on completeness. Picked up the Valkyrie profile manual. That way it's complete. It's not a cheap game, so makes it worth its value now.
Yep.
Like easy pickups like that.
Alright. So, next, down the rabbit hole, I got the Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited Edition. Once again, if you haven't looked at the figures that come in these Elder Scroll Collector's Editions, they are really well done. Mm-hmm. Like, incredible figures.
Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't this the base game? Like, this is the first...
I think this one's the base game, but I'm not 100% sure. So don't quote me on that.
But I'll go ahead and...
They all come with the game, which I already buried the disc for the one. But the actual expansions are just download codes. So you get a copy of the game and the download code for expansions. And I don't know if you can see it on this one, but this one very much says there's no game subscription anymore.
So then maybe that's not the original.
I think they started putting these out after, because they got rid of the subscription shortly after the game started.
Yeah.
They quickly realized that was a bad idea.
Alright, so the last item I have is something that everybody's been waiting to come out for about a year now. And it is purchased from Strictly Limited. And I've already beaten it. I beat it this morning because
That's what she does.
I love these style games. Anything like Valhalla, sign me up. But I finally got in my collector's edition of Coffee Talk. I will put in a little bit of B-roll because there's some really cool things in this, like the strategy guide. I think there's a comic. Shit, what else is in here? I cannot remember. But there's a decent amount in this little box, and it was totally worth the wait. The game's a lot of, the game's a lot of fun. Do recommend if you can get a copy of it.
And last, so we have to
Lord Jesus.
I've been watching this game, this Collector's Edition on Amazon for a while. The price had been dropping, and the price that I paid versus the current market value of this game,
significantly different.
Yeah. Once again, I bought this for the figure, knowing perfectly well we have nowhere to put this figure.
Yeah, we
I just wanted it.
Yet.
I wasn't going to do it, and then I was like, I have to, because the value in the aftermarket.
It was cheap enough to justify getting it and figuring out what to do with the box later.
Yeah, great. And then it showed up today. It was supposed to have been here the day we got back, or day after we got back.
Day after
we got back, but Amazon messed up or something. It was stuck in Florida for a while, and slowly made its way up to the point where I was slightly concerned that it might have been jacked off of a truck, because it was just gone for a while and then magically showed back up.
Now, mind you, we already have one of the collector's editions for this game.
Yes, we have the other one, because there was only two.
Was there two? I thought there was... No, okay, right.
There was two.
So you had the base game, the like middle collector, and then
yes,
the big boy.
And then the big boy.
The big boy.
This is one of those ones where I wanted it when it first came out, but I wasn't spending $400 on it.
Yes.
Because it was legit $400. So, let me see if I can pick this thing up.
Just gently drag it over. I think you can get a good enough. Here, I'll even scoot over a little. You don't gotta. Okay,
nope, I'm
doing
picking it up.
You're doing it.
I'm picking it up.
It's happening.
So I got the Destroy All Humans Crypto 137 Collector's Edition.
As you can tell, it doesn't even fit in frame.
This box is just crazy big.
The box itself.
This is one of the craziest collector's editions I've seen. Because not only does it come with a 23-inch statue that doesn't even fit on screen, really.
With stuff.
With stuff
in his
the globe. It also comes with a life-size backpack of crypto.
You don't want to turn him around? Show off
the booty.
his booty cheeks?
Like this
There you go.
statue is just insane.
I
I
mean,
say life-size. I mean, in game he's bigger than 2 foot tall, but
I mean, it's pretty cool.
my only gripe about it is I didn't realize that like the globe came in apart, which is, I mean, it's cool because it has
squishy.
It has the little stress ball of him in it and a keychain. But I don't know, it's kind of a little annoying to me that the globe is split in half.
Yeah, because when we pulled it out of the box, the top piece just kind of flew out. And
it's not easy to get back on.
there you go.
There we go.
Don't push too much on his arm.
Yeah, no.
But honestly, my biggest gripe with him is, as you can see, his brain head parts are clear. I really wanted this to be some sort of like squishy rubber material.
Yeah, it should have been silicone. That would have been awesome, but it's
so you
not.
could squish on his head a little bit, but
He is really cool.
we'll figure out a place to put him. I still think it'd be cool to turn him into a coffee table. Figure out a way to get a stand around him.
I had an
and
idea.
have a glass top.
Yeah, I had an idea of where to put him, but it doesn't fit. Because in our bedroom we have a dresser with some of our consoles on it and a TV and a nice open space under the TV. He's about a ½ an inch too tall. But he's really cool. By far the biggest figure we have.
That and Cooper would have fucked him up. Cooper would have chewed all on this. And
Yeah,
on
Cooper's
this.
our cat. Well, one of our cats.
He's our little asshole gremlin. I love my kitty.
I can't think of anything that's close to his size. I mean, the Gundams are...
The Mirror's Edge is about half the size.
Yeah.
That and the baby from Death Stranding.
The
Maybe the Dark Souls 2 figure is about half the size too.
God, fighting game. I can't think of it. Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
The Soul Calibur figure with her tip of her sword. She's
Actually,
probably half the size.
can you reach that right now?
The
I mean, granted, this is going on.
actually, the
long enough.
Assassin's Creed with the flag is about the same size.
I don't know. In the B-roll.
Well, I mean, it's about half the size.
In the B-roll, which I'm gonna put in right about here-ish, somewhere around there. Well, I'm gonna cut out the audio this time.
Yeah.
But I'll stand a couple of figures next to him just for scale, because that'll be fun.
Yeah. I can't think of anything that's really too close to him. We have a few that, like I said, that are about half his size, but and he's very light, surprisingly. All the weight's in his head.
Got a big old dome nugget.
Yeah. This thing showed up this morning and it had me laughing hysterically when I saw it because I knew it was going to be big, but that box is insane.
And he wanted to make sure that we waited until this came in until we did the pickup video, because this had to be in the video.
Well, it was supposed to have been here soon
I
enough,
know. But yeah, that's our second pickup video in like a month.
Yeah.
Granted, all of it's vacation pickups, but
Mostly.
definitely.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, the Elder Scrolls stuff I ordered after we got back and it got here
Pretty quick.
very quickly. And I even forgot I ordered the one.
But now we have the fun task ahead of us of figuring out how we're going to rearrange all this and all of that over there and the stuff behind the camera just to get everything to fit, because we are
I need to build more shelves.
we're pretty much at capacity at this point.
Yeah. I mean, my figure shelves are a mess because
Well,
I have overpopulated them.
the figure shelves, we don't even have all the figures out right now because we ran out of room for figures.
I just thought about this. I could put him behind the computer.
You could. You have to clear out some room.
Yeah.
But either way,
He would still look over top the computer.
hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know this is one of our usual long videos, but
Yeah.
I feel like we had some exciting stuff to show off. If you like our content, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us some likes, leave some comments, and for more or less the most up-to-date content. I've been lacking a little bit on our Instagram page, but you can always follow us on Instagram, Tryhard Enthusiast, and we post a lot more content there that doesn't always end up on the YouTube channel.
Yes. And we said this last time, but shortly we will jump back into our Let's Plays. Finish up the Ratchet & Clank series.
Yep. But until next time, guys. See ya.
See ya.